YouTubers, it's Charity here, and I'm up here in the trees in my tree house in my backyard because I just wanted to be outdoors and do some yoga and talk to you about week 4 and what we're learning in week 4 in the yoga class. So here's my week 4 practice sheet, which I haven't filled out yet, but I plan on filling it out. So this week we're talking about what makes yoga an art. So kind of like, you know, how art is like a perspective, and kind of like how is yoga an art to you? Which I guess it's an art to me because you get out of it what you give into it, and you can think of it in many different ways of whatever is meaningful to you in your life. And that is how yoga is an art. And also we're talking about brahmacharya, which is another one of those weird words that I'm like, what? But brahmacharya, when you break it down, when we practice brahmacharya, we consciously choose to use our life force energy. Ooh, it's windy out here. Anyways, we practice it. Okay. We consciously choose to use our life force energy to express our dharma. Your dharma is kind of like what you feel like your purpose in life is. So using your life force energy to express your purpose in life, you know, which it's hard to figure out your purpose in life, but I think if you just keep focusing on who you are and who you want to be, you'll figure out your purpose in life. It takes a while, a long while, but you know, just keep being reflective, keep focusing and thinking what kind of person you want to be. So, rather than frivolously dissipate in its endless pursuit of finding pleasures. So, even though you're doing things that might be pleasurable to you, it doesn't mean that you're living your purpose in life, you know? And it is about having control of our senses. Brahmacharya reminds us that our life force is both limited and precious. As yogis, we choose to use the power behind our life force to create, to fulfill our mission, to find joyously expression in ourselves. The practice of brahmacharya is not some archaic form of moralizing, but rather that if we use our energy wisely, we possess the resources to live a fulfilling life. So you gotta just let that sit with you and, you know, figure out how your life can be fulfilling for you. So the questions is, what does that mean to you? And kind of just explain what that means. Oh, it's getting windy again. And then there's always an ethical question for our homework each week. So this week's ethical question, so it's like thinking if you were a yoga teacher and these things came up. It's kind of like the ethics of the class. It says, you have a job at a local gym where you teach a regular yoga class. The director of the gym makes it clear that she would like you to conduct your class at a faster pace and make the content more physically demanding. Although there are several students in the class who have little physical conditioning, and many suffer mild but chronic back pain, the core students have also been the most loyal and regular attendees. So, you know, how would you handle that? How would you handle dealing with your boss wanting you to teach the class this way, but knowing, you know, your students and what they need? So I just think, you know, I would just do what the students need and wait maybe till they told me to do it again or something. Oh, and so what we also learned this Saturday in Yoga Week 4 was about finding your voice. It says the voice is one of the most important and powerful ways to communicate with your students. Your voice is a reflection and instrument of your attitude, which I was like, ooh, okay. Because I mean, you can, in your tone of voice, hear like where your attitude is and what you're doing. So, and your heart. The tone of voice needs to originate from the heart more than the head. So that's like a good way to think about it when you're starting to teach yoga, you know, of like how you're going to speak, how it's going to come from your heart, and how you're going to reach your students in a meaningful and powerful way in their lives. So it's not just stretching and breathing, which it is, and it's great, but it's more, you know, relaxation, meditation, reflection, and love for yourself. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you find some enjoyment in week 4. Thanks.